Guys, so I just wanted to do a quick little review here of Android 6.0 Marshmallow official on the LG G4. I did just basically install this and wanted to see, how LG's take on Android 6.0 is here. So this is obviously running the LG software, which I think they call Optimus UX still, apparently. So we can see in the settings here, we can see the version is actually Android 6.0, so not the latest Android, but it is nice to see it here. They have beaten Samsung. Well, I think everyone's beaten Samsung when it comes to the Marshmallow, but you can see basically it's very similar actually in terms of the user interface to the Lollipop. I do have the LG V10, which we can use to compare here, which uses, I think, the similar LG skin as the G4. So basically you can see isn't much difference when it comes to the going into the apps here, but I do notice there is less of a tendency for there to be redraws. You may have seen that then on the V10. Now and again the app drawer kind of redraws, but I've noticed that this doesn't seem to be such an issue now on the official Android Marshmallow, which is nice. But in terms of the actual user interface, I think LG is going a bit square here compared to Samsung and the circular kind of look about it. If we have a look at some of the user interface components here, so we can have a look at the dialer. Looks very similar. I think they've made the buttons a little bit lighter here, which is nice. Maybe we can just call someone as well, see how this looks.
The number you have called is not recognized.
So it looks nice and clean, when you're calling here. It still has some Lollipop kind of influence, if you ask me, in certain aspects. Also, the dialer here, you can see very similar. So, I was kind of like scratching my head, wondering exactly what has changed here, because everything seems to be very similar to the Marshmallow. I think I've got this on the different view here, so you can see this is a settings area. I think they've made the buttons a little bit more bluish here, but generally it looks to be very similar when it comes to the actual kind of settings. I'm guessing that we're going to be getting the things that you do get with Android Marshmallow, such as better control over your apps, permissions, to make sure that things are using the correct thing. So you can see we can control the permissions here, which is nice, and also the battery dose optimizations. So I think we got a game optimizer here. Did we have that before? We can just have a quick look. So in fact we did have that before, so you can see that's not actually that different here. But I think we do have the dose optimization somewhere around here, as well as some underlying stuff such as your app linking and things like that. You'll also have the Google Now on tap, obviously. Like when you hold the circle in, you can see it's a different action now, so that is very nice. You do have to say yes, you're in, which then you can basically get information about what you're looking at. So that's quite nice. We can just as well have a look at the browser, which we don't actually have the LG browser on the V10, but they've kept it on the G4 here. So you can see we do have similar browser here to your Samsung device. You can put on incognito mode. You can put on new tabs here, and I think you can favorite things as well, or look at your history. So that's quite nice. I think LG is pretty cool in that they have kept the browser here, and they should definitely put it on the V10. It is the higher end version device here. So if we just have a look at something here such as boomerangs. Don't know why I'm thinking of boomerangs, but so when you do this, or maybe I've turned it off actually, I didn't even realize it. So I think I did actually turn it off there. I don't know how, but when you have it on, you should be able to have a look at something, and then it will get more info about it. And so it doesn't seem to be picking up what I'm looking at here, but yeah, you know, you get what happens. So that's quite nice. We can have a look at some of the things here, such as the weather. I don't think much difference here, to be honest, on the Android Marshmallow. Camera, obviously, another big thing here with LG. So with the V10, you do get the dual screen, so you can get access to your Pro mode settings up here. You can see we don't have that here, but if you go into the manual, you know, you do get basically everything you need here for a DSLR experience, which is very nice still. And I think we can just keep it on auto, so you still get everything you know want here. Ultra HD, which is nice, and you still have that fantastic 16 megapixel laser autofocus camera. So very nice that they've kept things consistent. And if we have a look at the wallpapers, I don't think there's too much difference here, so you can see pretty much the same again, really. So, you know, unlike Samsung with the, you know, very fluffy looking TouchWiz, I think LG has kept it very similar here. Yes, I think this is one of the areas which has changed a little bit, in fact. No, it's not. It's not changed. It used to be a little bit darker here up at the notification area, but I think since Lollipop it has actually got a bit lighter. So there's not really a huge difference you can see here in terms of Lollipop and Marshmallow when it comes to that. And I think as well, if we just hold the power button down on both of them, you can see again very similar here. And volume button, there might be some differences when it comes to this. So, you know, really, you know, I don't think there's been a huge difference here with the Android Marshmallow, but then again, I think you're going to get underlying improvements to the battery life, which, you know, wasn't the best on the LG G4. You're probably going to get underlying improvements when it comes to the security as well, like the patch level, as well as the general day-to-day stuff, and the Now on Tap. So, you know, definitely worth upgrading here. I haven't found any bad things about the update, but it's not, I'd say, as you know, high impact as the S6 update, if you ask me. Even though the S6 update hasn't really solved the memory issue, it looks a lot different than Lollipop. So yeah, just a quick little video here checking out Android Marshmallow official on the LG G4. Hope you enjoyed the video. Still an awesome device this is. Hopefully we're getting the LG G5 in very soon. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.